10 things Donald Trump will do if he wins second term.
Here's a look at some of the policies Trump has pledged to institute if he wins second term as US president. Republican Donald Trump is planning to punish his political enemies, deport millions of migrants, and reshape global trade with pricey tariffs if he wins a second White House term in November 2024 presidential election, according to his campaign and media reports. Here is a look at some of the policies Trump has pledged to institute. Trade. Trump has floated the idea of a 10 tariff on all goods imported into the United States. A move, he says, would eliminate the trade deficit, but one critic say would lead to higher prices for American consumers and global economic instability. He has also said he should have the authority to set higher tariffs on countries that have established tariffs on American imports. Trump, in particular, has targeted China. He proposes phasing out Chinese imports of goods such as electronics, steel, and pharmaceuticals over 4 years. He seeks to prohibit Chinese companies from owning U.S. infrastructure in the energy and tech sectors. 2. Federal bureaucracy. Trump would seek to decimate what he terms the deep state, the entrenched federal bureaucracy of career employees, through an executive order that would reclassify thousands of workers to enable them to be fired. That would likely be challenged in court. He has vowed to fire what he terms corrupt actors in national security positions and root out his political opponents. Trump would require every federal employee to pass a new civil service test of his own creation. His team is also vetting scores of potential hires who could be counted on to implement his policies or perhaps investigate Trump's political enemies. He would crack down on federal whistleblowers who are typically shielded by law and would institute an independent body to monitor U.S. intelligence agents. Trump also would seek to bring independent regulatory agencies such as the Federal Communications Commission and the Federal Trade Commission under presidential control. 3. Energy. Trump has vowed to increase U.S. production of fossil fuels by easing the permitting process for drilling on federal land and would encourage new natural gas pipelines. He has said he will pull the United States out of the Paris Climate Accords, a framework for reducing global greenhouse gas emissions, and would support increased nuclear energy production. He would also roll back the Biden White House's electric vehicle mandates and other policies aimed at reducing auto emissions. 4. Along with his trade and energy agendas, Trump has promised to slash federal regulations he argues limit job creation. He and his economic team have discussed a further round of individual and corporate tax cuts beyond those enacted in his first term. He said as president he would pressure the Federal Reserve to lower interest rates. Trump is proposing the government establish so-called freedom cities on federal land that he says would spur job growth and technological innovation. 5. Immigration. Trump has vowed to reinstate first-term policies targeting illegal border crossings, roll back Biden's pro-immigrant measures, and forge ahead with sweeping new restrictions. Trump has pledged to limit access to asylum at the U.S.-Mexico border and embark on the biggest deportation effort in American history, which would likely trigger legal challenges and opposition from Democrats in Congress. Trump has said he would seek to end automatic citizenship for children born to immigrants, a move that would run against the long-running interpretation of the U.S. Constitution. 6. Abortion. Trump appointed 3 justices to the U.S. Supreme Court who were part of the majority that did away with constitutional protection for abortion. He likely would continue to appoint federal judges who would uphold abortion limits. At the same time, he has said a federal abortion ban is unnecessary and that the issue should be resolved on a state-by-state basis. He has argued a 6-week ban favored by some Republicans is overly harsh, and that any legislation should include exceptions for rape, incest, and the health of the mother. 7. Foreign affairs. Trump has been critical of the U.S.'s support for Ukraine in its war with Russia and has said he could end the war in 24 hours if elected. He has argued that Europe should reimburse the U.S. for ammunition used in the conflict. Trump has supported Israel in its fight against Hamas, despite initially criticizing its leaders after the October attacks. 8. Education. Trump has pledged to require America's colleges and universities to defend American tradition and Western civilization and purge them of diversity programs. He said he would direct the Justice Department to pursue civil rights cases against schools that engage in racial discrimination. On the K-12 level, Trump would support programs allowing parents to use public funds for private or religious instruction. 9. Crime. Trump has pledged to appoint U.S. attorneys who would launch probes into liberal prosecutors and district attorneys he says are failing to contain crime in America's cities. He has said he would institute the death penalty for human traffickers and drug dealers. He also has suggested that looters of retail stores could be shot while on site. 10. Homelessness. Trump has vowed to ban so-called urban camps from America's cities and require homeless people to accept drug treatment or face arrest. He said he would then open large parcels of inexpensive land where tent cities would be relocated and staffed with doctors, drug counselors, and mental health experts.
Please subscribe, like, and hit the notification button for more videos.